Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum students. Welcome to Pakistan School Muscati Learning, and we are learning from our book Amazing Science Grade 4, and I'm your teacher, Mr. Itaza. Welcome to the science class, students. Are you ready to learn something new? So let's get started. Today's topic is from unit number 4, Living Things and Their Environment. Today's plan is to read about food chain, food web, adaptation, in animals and plants, in which first of all we'll do the brainstorming from unit number 3, balanced diet, then review book pages 36, 37, 38, and 39. Then we'll explain some important parts of the lesson, then do some notebook work. First of all, review question number 3, match the animals to the adaptations. Then question number 4, after that recap and who eats. So let's get going, students. Don't forget to focus on the rules that will help you to be focused what we are learning. Brainstorming. Name the primary food substances. Proteins, fats, and carbohydrates are called primary food substances. Food chain, food web, and adaptations. As you all know that now from the reading of the book, we know about the environment. That what is the environment? Environment is everything around us, all the non-living things and living things. The non-living part of the earth is made up of rock, soil, water, air, and sunlight. The living part is made up of plants and animals. Living things depend on each other as well as on non-living part of the earth to support for eating food and shelter. All those things that are around an organisms and which affect its way of life are called its environment. Our Earth consists of 4 layers, that is lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere, and biosphere. The part of the Earth where living things are found that is called biosphere. Then we'll move on to the certain topics like water, that 3/4 of the Earth's surface is covered with water, air, about 1/5 of the air is a gas called oxygen, sunlight, as you know that the sun provides sunlight and energy for all living things, especially for the plants, use sunlight to make their foods. Animal eats plants so that they get energy immediately from the plants. Minerals, the soil contains many minerals which help plants and animals to grow healthy and strong. Plants absorb mineral salts from the soil through their roots. Animals get minerals by eating plants. Temperature, we all know that plants die if the temperature is not right. Plants and animals need to live in a particular temperature. If the surroundings becomes too hot or too cold, they may die. Now we are moving on to the food chain. The food chain shows how energy passes from plants to animals in the form of long chain. As you all know that some animals eat plants only, that are called herbivores. Some eat meat and flesh only, so they are known as carnivores. And some plants, they eat both. They eat either any other animals or plants also. So they are dependent on other living things. So that energy for living things, all living things need energy. They obtain their energy from food. Green plants are called producers, as they are taking or making their own food by the process of photosynthesis. So always the change started from plants, green plants. So you can see in the picture, right, that is green plants as a producer, as they make their own food by collecting the energy from the sun, that is eaten by grasshopper, and then grasshopper eaten by a frog, frog is eaten by a snake, and a snake is eaten by eagle or hawk. That is a simple food chain. You can see that the herbivores, that is plant-eating animals, eaten by the flesh-eating animals, and then energy flow forms a food chain. Food web. Different food chains are not separate from each other. Consumers often eat more than one kind of a food. And so several food chains are connected to form a food web. For example, study the food web on the right. As you can see that plants eaten by several kinds of insects or other animals, and that animals eaten by several other carnivorous animals. Okay, so that a food web consists of all the food chains in a single ecosystem. Adaptation. All living things grow and change. When an animal or plant changes to fit its surrounding, we say it has adapted to its surroundings. The special body parts which an animal or plant has developed to fit in its surrounding is called adaptations. Adaptations in animals. Each animal is fitted or adapted to live in its surroundings or environment. It is adapted to find food, it is protected from heat and cold, it is protected from its enemies. Some animals have special body parts for protection. A deer has antlers, a tiger has sharp claws and teeth, an eagle has sharp beak, a mountain goat has hooves, a chameleon changes colors, a seagull flies with its wings, an echidna has sharp needles. A fish swims with its fins and tails. As we read in book page number 38, animals have special body parts to find food. The beak of a hummingbird is adapted for taking nectar from deep inside a flower. A pelican has pouch, a large pouch, which can store fish. A giant anteater uses its strong claws to open a nest of ants and termites, as well as a tiger has strong legs to run after other animals. It uses its strong claws and teeth to catch and eat other animals. Animals that live in very cold places like polar bears and seals and whales have thick fur on their bodies. They have thick layer of fat under their skins which also keep them warm. While animals that live in very cold, hot places like camels, lizards, and snakes rest during the day and look for food at night. They can store water in their bodies for a long time. They can close their nostrils to keep out sand. Plants are fitted to live in their surroundings. Plants that grow in very cold places have needle-like leaves. They make seeds inside cones, while plants that grow in very hot places, they have thick fleshy stems which can store water. Their leaves are very tiny. They have very deep roots. They have hard waxy coats and thorns for protection. Plants and trees that grow in forests have broad leaves that fall off in winter. Some plants have a sticky juice or a strong smell so that animals may not eat them. Pine trees have needle-like leaves while cactus grow in very hot places and they have thick, fleshy stems. We are going to review yesterday that Sunday's work. Question number 3. I hope that everyone has done. That is match the animals to their adaptations. Tiger have sharp claws and teeth. Tortoise have hard shell. Deer has horns. Mountain goat, hooves. Eagle, sharp claws and beak. Porcupine have spines, while elephants lives in hearts. Bee have poisonous stings. Giant anteater, long sticky tongue. Mosquito, needle-like mouth. I hope that everyone has done and learned it. Now we are moving on to the today's work is about a diagram of food chain using following. As you can use all of them, either you are using only a food chain, so you can make for 3, you can make for 4, you can make for 5. So every food chain started from a green plant. So I'm starting from the green plants, taking as a grass, as a green plants. And after that, that grass is eaten by grasshopper. Grasshopper eaten by frog. And frog is eaten by snake. And snake is eaten by hawk. So that is a simple food chain I'm using with 5. You can use any other. You can use make for 3. Now we are moving on to the part B about the food web using the same thing. So food web, as you have to take all of them. So it is little complicated, but if you are starting from your mind is clear, that is started from the green plant. So first of all, I'm making the simple food chain as all the food chain are interconnected to make the food web. So first of all, I'm making the same one. That is grass is eaten by a grasshopper, is eaten by a frog, is eaten by a snake, and is eaten by a hawk. Then grass is also eaten by a rabbit. Grass is also eaten by some kinds of insect like caterpillar. Caterpillar eaten by bird. And birds also eat green plants. That grass is eaten by bird and grasshopper eaten by bird. Birds eaten by fox. Rabbit is also eaten by fox. Birds, small birds eaten by hawk or by the big birds. Rabbit is also eaten by a hawk. And fox is also eaten by hawk. So that is the food web. Now we are moving on to the part C, that is write the statement as true or false. So are you ready? Plants absorb mineral salts from the soil through their roots. True. About 1/5 of the air is a gas called carbon dioxide, which is false statement as 1/5 of the air is a gas called oxygen, not carbon dioxide. Pine trees have needle-like leaves. Yes, they are growing in the winter where the cold places, so they have needle-like leaves. A cactus grows in very hot places. Yes, that's right. They have thick, fleshy stems. 4/4 of the Earth's surface is covered with water. It's a wrong statement as 1/3 of the Earth's surface is covered with water. Now it's a trivia time. Do you know that plants that grow in very cold places have dash leaves? Yes, you are right. Plants that grow in very cold places have needle-like leaves. So that will be all for today, students. Have a very nice and blessed day. Don't forget to revise all the lesson by reading lesson thoroughly. Unit number 4, living things and their environment. I hope that you enjoy learning. Don't forget to wash the hands after using the gadgets. Have a very nice and blessed day. Allah Hafiz.